So at this point you thought you were going to fight those guys, but nope, we got a different boss fight here actually.
It is the Sith assault team.
And this is basically one of each class on the Empire side. You have the Bounty Hunter, Imperial Agent, and Sith Warrior and Sith Inquisitor.
Now they can be CC'd, which is a very nice ability when talking to boss fights.
During this boss fight, we noticed though that if you leave the range alone and just go after the melee, the melee will follow you around this object while the range stay up on the platform. This could change, however, but it's an interesting strategy to try. So right now we have the Sith Inquisitor CC'd.
The range
we're just gonna
is
go after the warrior.
Yes, and the range we left up on the platform. If you move around the cover that we are standing behind now, the range can hit you. But as long as you stay behind the high cover, they won't be able to target and attack you.
So we got the Sith Warrior. He does lose aggro when he force pushes the tank away, so you'll want to taunt and get that. This Sith Inquisitor isn't too difficult. This one's just a pretty easy tank and spake. He likes to shock with a little bit of lightning, I think.
One thing that's pretty special about this fight is after you kill each boss, another one gains a special ability. So after you kill the first Sith Warrior, the operative actually gets a poison and starts putting it on a random target, and that poison will go through that cover.
Yes, each boss that you defeat gives another boss a unique ability that they didn't previously have. So, was anybody doing any interrupts there at that fight? Is it possible to interrupt?
Yes, actually, the special abilities for each of these bosses is interruptible. The Bounty Hunter has Death from Above, so right now he's CC'd, so we're not worrying about it, but as we go to fight him, you'll see his cast bar and it will get interrupted pretty much every time.
And as you saw there, the green, that is the poison that the operative throws. It is a very nasty ability. It cannot be cleansed either. So the longer you stay in it, the more damage you take. The moment you see it, you want to kind of, get away from it.
Yeah, and the Bounty Hunter is the worst one of the group. He has the ability Death from Above that the Bounty Hunters get, so it's a good idea to try to save him to last because you really don't want everyone else to gain that ability.
Yep, and there he was. He went up for it and he got interrupted.
So it's actually really easy to interrupt. We did pretty much keep him interrupted the entire time.
Was this fight a hard fight to tank, Grates?
It wasn't very difficult. The main issue was being knocked back by the Sith Warrior because that knockdown lasts for a pretty long time, actually. And then when he drops aggro, it's hard to stay with him. But other than that, the other guys were pretty easy to tank, and I didn't have to worry about moving out Death from Above because we kept interrupting it so well.
Now, we do know that the Sith Warrior had that aggro drop when he Force Leaped, or the Sith version of Force Leap. Were you able to regain just by taunting, or did you have to actually pull him back?
Yeah, I could taunt him pretty easily, and that would give me aggro for 6 seconds via my taunt, and then I just poured on the DPS, and with ion cells, it was relatively easy to keep control of the aggro.
One thing to point out there, if you notice, we did not get any loot. Actually, the attempt right before that, I went in stealth with my medical droid still active, and the medical droid does not stealth with you. So we do not recommend you going near the bosses with the medical droid, or else they will aggro and get you pretty quick.
Yep.
Yeah, so unfortunately we had to reset that fight, and when we reset it, we lost the ability to loot the trunk.
So watch out for bugs in that loot, but it is possible. We weren't too worried though. We got these guys coming up, and we're making our way down to the last boss, which actually should only be here in just a minute. So, Draf, what do you think overall of the Scoundrel melee DPS?
Oh, I loved it. Up until this point, I did a lot of healing, and I decided to respec for the melee DPS. And going through this Flashpoint was, it changed my perspective on what I want to do. Like, healing is awesome, I love healing, but this DPS was so much more than just grabbing your blaster, shooting at one mob, switching targets, shooting at another. I would go in, I would shoot my tranq dart, go to another one, get my placement behind them, do all of my abilities, and then as the tank you had that ability to grapple them away, so even if you grappled them away from me, I could still use my blaster to do DPS as I was running in to do my scrapper abilities. So it's very, very dynamic, moving around, active and exciting.
Yeah, you never really looked like Kaiser from the Aethys Flashpoint walkthrough.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate the Jedi Knight, they have that one leap to get back in, but with the Smuggler, I could just start shooting from wherever I am.
So as you can see, we're at an emergency console right now, and you basically got to decide whether or not you want to lock them up or flush them out into space.
And we had 2 of each. The smugglers, notoriously evil smugglers they are. And the trooper and the Jedi, well, they went the light side.
Well, I didn't want to flush them out into space. I don't like giving the smugglers what they want, because it feels like they're stealing from me.
As you'll notice right there, we just avoided another turret.
Anyway, you had mentioned you were a smuggler, but you were healing. We haven't heard much about that. How were the mechanics of healing for a smuggler?
The smuggler healing mechanics, there's pretty much 3 types of heals. There's the direct heals, cast bar, a big one, and then when you use that, you gain another ability that allows you to open up more heals, which are another direct ones. Then there were some hots where I would summon little probes. It's actually a really cool animation. The probe would come down, it had a little needle, it would shoot it at the person, the needle would stick in it, and you can see the medicine being applied. So I thought that was a really great graphic. Another one is their free heal, which doesn't take any energy, where it's just a hot while you're casting it, and it's very low heal. However, the main point of that ability is once you get some talents, it allows you to regen energy while you're doing that ability. So pretty much, you do a big heal, you sit there, you do your free heal, kind of low power. Then when they need another one, you do another big heal, keep your hots up.
So as you can see, we're coming up on the final boss on our minimap icon. We're just going to take out these guns right here. We just trank one right there, basically, and take out this one.
Yeah, and this is the last fight before the boss. The boss is just in this room ahead.
Some things to know about this next boss is we actually blow through it really fast. We work very well together as a group, so your pug groups may have a little bit more difficulty. You'll want to, though, pour on the DPS in this fight because you can handle a little bit of time, but he has his own soft and rage timer where his adds that he summons can just start overwhelming you.
Correct. Another thing about this fight is every member of the group can DPS. There's very little healing required for the first portion of the fight. It's basically a DPS race. If everybody throws everything they have at him right at the beginning of the fight, by the time he gets to the corners and summons his turret adds, he's almost dead already.
So, as you can see, we're going to go ahead forward here. Gonna give him a few smack and just go as far as we can. You can watch Jin there doing his DPS, like he said, and Draf's gonna be smacking him around. It is a run and follow kind of fight where he's gonna be bumping around a little bit. So you can see we're using all of our abilities that we can.
Yeah, one thing, I don't know if it'll be visible in this fight or not, because we had really high DPS, so we got him really low. As you can see, he's already almost dead. However, once he jumps onto the platforms, the turrets that appear are CCable. So in a normal group, when you're first trying this out, I definitely recommend CCing the turrets while you take out the boss, or CCing one turret while you take out the other turret, depending on how much DPS you have.
There they are, and we're gonna CC the far one and take out the front one.
One thing to note is, if need be, let's say you only have one CC available, you can stand on the far side of that and use the cover of the pillar to avoid getting hit by the other turret. as the turret will not fire through the pillars.
And if we hadn't have killed him so fast, he would have jumped to another area and summoned 2 more turrets while the other 2 were still attacking. So it's very crucial to kill him quick.
So we got some nice smuggler weapons there, and those are going to go to them. And that would be this Flashpoint walkthrough. I hope a lot of you have enjoyed. At this point, you do have to exit the area. As always, that is above your minimap on the right-hand side. Other than that, we're just going to go ahead to the final cutscene. And thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good evening.
And we're done. Perfect.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much, guys. I actually have an Old Republic radio meeting to go to that I ran into. I thought we were going to finish before we did. So I will catch you guys later. Thank you much for the help. This should be up Monday or Tuesday.
All right, right on.
Take care.
The Elusive
Take it easy.
returned safely to Coruscant, Master Satil. Clan Varad no longer poses a threat.
Repairing the damage those Mandalorians inflicted will take time, but the Elusive will now assist that process. The SAS intercepted another transmission from Darth Malgus to the Grand Moff. I thought you should see it.
The Republic showed unanticipated initiative. Our inability to secure their warship for the Empire is regrettable, but the rebellious Mandalorians were punished. I am gathering intelligence on the Republic agents who destroyed Clan Varad. Such formidable opposition must be dealt with.
Formidable opposition? He doesn't know the half of it. The Empire's days are numbered.
I'm concerned for your safety, and what Malgus' statement implies. Judging by his transmission, Darth Malgus is determined to make examples of you. Take extra precautions. Thank you for your service. You saved many lives today. May the Force be with you.